Yo, my friends, what is up? It is the secret fourth Ed Boy, and today we're going to be diving into the collection of Ed, and Eddy browser games formerly on CartoonNetwork.com. Now, quickly, let's get a moment of silence for Flash. Okay, that was long enough. No, seriously, it really does suck that Adobe Flash Player died. Even still, so many wonderful games were produced through that, and it was so awesome that so many indie developers were able to kind of push their stuff out with not much difficulty. I feel bad for the kids growing up who don't get to have that kind of easy access to hundreds and hundreds of games. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know, but I grew up playing, CartoonNetwork.com and Miniclip, and I ended up just fine. So, ha, Hippo, and I'm Ed. All right, awesome. So as you can see, these games are pretty intense. So buckle in, strap your seatbelts. That's the same thing. Let's jump into game number one. So I put this one first because this is the one that I'm the best at, and I need you guys to get the impression that I'm like a skilled gamer, so you keep watching. But this one is basically just like bumper cars, and you get to kind of build a cart, and you can play as any of the cul-de-sac kids: Kevin, Johnny, Naz. Actually, wait, no, you can't play as Naz. That's kind of fucking bullshit. So yeah, pretty standard bumper car stuff. The controls are extremely responsive. Like, the game's actually pretty satisfying to play. The cart goes where you want it to go. I feel like the speed and the control that you have on the turning is really well done. Each character gets an ultimate move, and Johnny's is that he swings plank around and damages anyone in his vicinity. And it's pretty satisfying to hit multiple other carts with it. I hit some pretty sick fucking clips. I might have to make a Wheels of Fury montage, dude. There are two pretty big negatives, and the first is that the cart customization is not really all that. You have three options for body, engine, and wheels, and it goes no further than that, which I think is kind of stupid. For the crux of the advertising of this game to be you can customize your cart, that's kind of boring. And also, there's only 3 levels, which is what? Once you've beaten the third level, the game's over. So congrats. You can either play as a different character and do the same 3 levels, or you can just replay the levels with your overpowered cart. This would actually have been a really cool game if you could do more, because the gameplay is genuinely fun, but there's just not enough of it and not enough creativity. Along with that, each of the CPUs, they get colors based on their carts. So Rolf's is blue and yellow, but you don't actually have the ability to change your own cart's color, which I think is kind of a bummer. So overall, satisfying gameplay, but the package around it is just not there. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Toy Twister. Toy Twister is pretty boring. There are times where the game gets so hectic that it can get a little fun, but the thing is that there's not particularly consequences if you miss a lot of toys. So the stakes are not really real. Along with that, the environment never changes and the gameplay never changes. Whereas in Wheels of Fury, you go from snow to a backyard to a football field, whereas this, you're just always looking at the same thing, which does make a difference in my eyes. And, everyone's carts get stronger and you get quicker access to your ultimate. And in Toy Twister, it's just the same thing over and over and over and over. Eventually, there's stuff that you don't want to catch, but it's I don't know, it's pretty obvious, don't get the ugly sock. Okay, whatever. I don't really have much else to say about this one. I'd give it a 3 out of 10. It has its moments where it gets a little stressful, which is sometimes, a good thing, but overall, not much to do. So, Lunchroom Rumble, when I was a kid, I was so bad at this one. I was just absolutely terrible at this. I don't think I ever got past level 1 or 2. And as an adult, that holds true. And I don't know if I'm just dog shit at video games. I mean, I'm Grandmaster in Overwatch, so I can't be that bad, But the CPU are just monsters. They gang up on you and just just rapid fire food. Like you can't even move. I don't want to play this game anymore. It is intense. Maybe if you're like the best fucking like Super Smash Bros player in the world or some shit, you could do this. I don't know. That makes literally no sense, but I don't know. I just can't wrap my head around that I cannot succeed at this game. I spent so much longer on this one than all of the other ones and I'm tired of it. So I'm sorry, but this review comes from a place of hatred. When I was a kid, I was motivated to get better at it, which is something. I liked that there was like you had to unlock playing some of the other characters. You start with the option of the three Ed boys. And as a kid, it was satisfying to me how there was like a lot of different foods that you could put on the tray. But yeah, other than that, gameplay, the controls in this are also just not that responsive compared to uh, uh Wheels of Fury and even Toy Twister, which Toy Twister is like hit or miss. The physics on that are a little bit weird. This game just I do not like, and the hitboxes are all over the place. It's like a mix of a 2D, 3D kind of environment on what you play, and I don't really like it. I give this one like a 2 out of 10. Andy Machine Deluxe. This one is probably my favorite of the bunch. It is like pretty charming. The pixel art is nice and there is some like room for creativity in how you play it. There are a ton of options for how you can build the pipes. My only really complaint is that the creativity isn't like encouraged. It is in like, oh, you get more like points, which is a meaningless just number. If you use like more silly stuff or make like longer tubes, but you don't have to. You can just blister through every level by using like all of the default pipes and you're not punished for that. So that would be like my only thing is like if I was going to make this game and try to improve it, I would make it so you were like forced to do weirder stuff. And also as the game goes on, the bucket moves, but the levels don't like get bigger, which I think is like so weird. It would be like way cooler if you were like forced to make like longer and longer stuff over time, but you're not really ever given much more room to like do stuff. So even as you unlock the sillier like options for stuff to push the jawbreaker through, it's kind of meaningless. The only thing that you get from it is like a cute little animation, which is nice, and I'm gonna give bonus points for that. But yeah, I just like the thing is it's like the same. This is gonna sound silly, but like it's the same problem to me as like when I played GTA Online. Playing GTA Online is like once you've done everything, it's like oh you gotta like use your imagination to get fun out of it, and that's how this feels from the very start. Like you could just bust through everything, but you also could take longer and have like a little more fun with it. But if you're not going to use your imagination, and there's the game like drops in score by a lot. But it does seem like there was love put in this game. Like the animations are cute. There's a lot of pipes that you can unlock. And I love the pixel art. I'm a sucker for pixel art. I give this game like a 7 out of 10. It would be higher if you were forced to be more creative, but you're not. So, ugh. Overall, these games just hold a special place in my heart. I would play all of these for hours as a kid on the family computer, and I am glad I got those memories. CartoonNetwork.com was seriously so goated, and so was Adobe Flash Player games in general. Obviously, playing them now as an adult, the flaws shine through more. But, as a kid, I mean, these were just mesmerizing to me. And it's not just Ed, Edd and Eddy, Ben 10, Powerpuff Girls, Foster's Home, Codename Kids Next Door. All of these shows had like so many games that you could play attached to them. And I want to make like a video series out of this. I want to kind of look at all the shows and games that I used to play as a kid. So I will be doing that. If that sounds interesting to you, like and subscribe. It would really help me out. If you want to play these games, it's pretty easy to find them. I'm not going to link them because I don't need Warner Brothers knocking on my door, sorry. But not hard to find. Other than that, have an amazing day or night. Thank you so much for watching. Hippo out.